Grant, pre-show shenanigans. You know, when did the Giants win the last Super Bowl? Was it 2011? I want to say that was like the last New York
I
championship. Was
think
that 2011?
2011 is Packers. I think they're '09 and '07.
So okay, so no, was that the last New York championship before the Knicks won this year?
Yeah, I don't think the
I,
Rangers.
I
Well,
don't.
Yankees were in '09.
Yeah, but like it was simultaneous. Like I'm saying year wise, just literal year.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That
So
sounds correct.
that's let's say that was a 17-year drought for the city of New
It
York.
was 2011. It was 2011. '07 was David Tyree. But
Okay,
20, yeah,
so
2011.
look at me with my subconscious ball knowledge there.
I
Okay,
thought
so
2011 was Packers, huh?
I
Okay.
think they
Go
were
on.
10.
Go
I
on.
think they were 10. Maybe they were 12. They were 2012. Uh, Grant, 15-year drought for the city of New York. That is not even remotely close to the current ongoing city droughts or season droughts, which doesn't necessarily. I'm looking at some of these and they don't seem necessarily accurate, but
I was
apparently
thinking Chicago right away, but the Blackhawks have won.
they
So
have one. So now keep in mind when I say seasons here, this is combined seasons. Okay, this isn't like years. So each season, for each team counts as one. So a
okay, so
a
like a
Charger
factor of
season,
four for well,
right?
LA is going to have some stacked
More,
up.
yeah. But that's how this math here is working. It's not years; it's by season for each team. Uh,
Okay.
so City of New York, if you do that, they were high up there on this list, right?
Yeah,
Grant
could
per
you say like
seasons,
60 seasons?
probably per
Are we counting
seasons.
Mets in there too with
Every
them?
team, you're counting the whole damn
But not
area.
the Nets though, because they're they're Jersey, so
Yeah,
or
but
Brooklyn.
but Grant, per seasons, this is the current standing of the biggest droughts in the United States. Okay, Chicago is standing at 47 seasons. Nashville is standing at 56. Charlotte's at 67. Cincinnati is at 69. Detroit is at 70. Phoenix is at 95. Buffalo is at 123. Grant, can you guess the number one biggest droughts in? I don't know if this is number one, but the most on this list.
Is it Minnesota?
It is my state of Minnesota, Grant.
Well, your Minnesota,
My
not mine.
Minnesota. And on this list, the Wild are. I don't even know if the Wild are a part of this because I guess
They
they're
have to
talking about
be.
Minneapolis and they are St. Paul, so it's not the same city. So between the Wolves, Vikings, and Twins, Grant, it is
Who
a
was the
one
last team to win? Also,
in Minnesota.
yeah.
It would be the Minnesota Twins in like '92. Uh,
There we go.
yeah.
There we go.
But Grant, it's a
Good job, boys.
129 season drought for the city of Minneapolis. Now,
Cleveland would have been high up there if the Cavs didn't win in 2016.
the Guardians made it, but they didn't win, right?
Though, yeah, I know
Yeah.
right now the Guardians, I think, have the longest MLB drought.
That sounds
Because when they
correct.
lost to the Cubs, like, I'm pretty sure they were the two longest.
When was the last time the Reds won?
That's Cincinnati, though. I'm thinking like Cleveland specific. Reds, they won in the 70s.
I was literally
A
just
lot.
thinking MLB teams, like when if you're talking about droughts in the MLB, I feel like Cincinnati would have been up there. But Grant,
They were low key a wagon in the 70s.
yeah,
A wagon.
was that Pete Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. I mean, but looking at this list and
he was
thinking,
taking Reds money line every game too.
he was.
So, I mean,
Then that's the
little
proper
more
way to do it.
admirable.
That is the way to do it.
Kind of like just creating a bonus
Gotta
for
respect
himself,
it. Gotta respect it.
putting his own money on the line. That's how
for
confident
his
he
own
was
incentive
in his
for them
Reds.
to win.
And we can't say his Reds because he was a player manager. But all right, yeah, continue.
Grant, it does not have to just be this list. Okay, it can be any city, any state in the United States specifically, okay? So we're not talking World Cup countries or anything like that. What city do you think deserves to have a parade the most to end a drought, either for the first time or for a first time in a long time, like New York? And
now we kind of went over this somewhat last episode,
but this is more.
I'm very confident that the city of Buffalo needs a parade. That would be.
Now, I think we can agree on this, Grant. The Buffalo Bills parade would be monumentally better than a Sabres victory.
Yeah, and it's just them too, correct?
I believe it's only those
team
two
in there.
No, I think it's just the Sabres.
I think it's just them too. But a Buffalo Bills parade would not only break the internet, but reset the standard for parades in this country. It would be a cultural reset on how cities handle parades, how everything happens. I don't know what their route would be, but it wouldn't surprise me if that parade lasted 72 hours.
Do you think how quickly do you think the local Home Depot would run out of folding tables?
Not only the locals, but we're going in nearby cities.
The state of New York.
Yes, a whole New York ransack. We might even make our way across the border into Toronto, taking some of those tables. But Buffalo would break records for. We went over this last time. Broken bones, injuries, days missed from work / school.
Days hungover.
It would be an all timer.
Yeah.
The
length of what is the
that city dry?
What is the record for longest bender ever? Because healthy, all right, healthy bender.
If it's related to sports, I think it was J.R. Smith after the Cavs championship. That man was deceased for days. And I'm slightly biased right now seeing the Cavs 2016 reunion minus Kyrie. There's a new video every day that it's like, oh yeah, I mean that is how you celebrate. But slightly biased there, but I think it's J.R. Smith. When he got off that plane in Cleveland, still had his game shorts on, no shirt to be found. Probably did not have a shirt on since starting 15 minutes after they won the championship. He probably didn't have a shirt on for
15 minutes.
96 hours.
I feel like the moment he hit
you got to do the celebration ceremony on the court. The second, not even in the locker room. The second that thing's over and they start walking over, tarps off for JR. Immediate. Shumpert probably jumped in for a little bit and then was just like, I have standards. I can't be doing this anymore. But yeah, I think it goes to J.R. Smith, Penny Smith, the record.
Yeah, I would say also potentially Tom Brady or Gronk that last Super Bowl win.
Ooh, that's a very good call. That Tom Brady, when he threw the
Lombardi trophy
from boat to boat. Now, I'll be honest, that was also a legendary parade. Having it on the water. I'm thinking right now, the Minnesota. Now, we might want to watch out with Minnesota on the boat.
I don't think the Vikings are not allowed to be on Lake Minnetonka boats as a group anymore. That is not a thing.
And Stanley Cup's in the summer, so I'm not sure if it'd be sick if they just had the Wild just skating across the lakes if they won.
that would be
legendary.
That would be cool.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Timeline doesn't quite match up.
But they can go on the boat. They're allowed to go on the boat on Lake Minnetonka. Every team besides the Vikings Vikings are going to no-go on that.
Yeah, no, you guys got to drive through the city. All right, you got to bust that. You're not allowed on a boat.
Yeah, you can have the parade floats be like a boat, like a Viking ship.
Yeah, we could do that.
But
certainly,
it cannot be touching water. It cannot touch water.
Yeah, I guess the same would apply if the Giants won again. You guys are not allowed to be on the water. The New York Giants,
no.
You'll recurse yourself again. So no.
Well, also my question: are they, in order to break that curse, do they need to go back and do it again? They need to get every single person that was in that picture,
a bit of reverse juju,
and do it.
If they got Odell, Sterling Shepard, and the boys to do it, I'm not sure if that can reverse the curse, but I'm thinking of Malik Neighbors, help me out with some more Giants receivers right now, because boy, I'm blanking. Wandale's
Wandale
gone.
just left.
He's gone.
Darnell Mooney is on the Giants now.
Likely counts. Isaiah likely counts on that one.
Darnell Mooney's on that team still.
Okay, still.
I don't. No, not still. He was just added. He was just added.
Free agent pickup right there.
Yeah, they had somebody else that stayed. I'm trying to remember.
Jalen Hyatt.
He is there.
He might be on the field this year. I mean, yikes. Scary hours in New York, that football team.
Yeah. I don't exactly know how that one's going to work out. It's all right,
though. Yeah, I think, though, we'd have to get them. Honestly, if Scadabo's on that boat, that might be.
Darius Slayton is still on the team, and Juju apparently is on the team now.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that.
Forgot about that one.
I think they'd have to have Scadabo doing it, but not only that, he has to be driving the boat. Okay, he has to be the captain.
They might not. The curse is reversed because now there's an even worse thing.
A life-threatening moment that they all survive and band together as brothers.
They are bonded for life.
Scadabo would be like, let's go hit a rock. It's like, no. He's like, yes, let's headbutt the rock. It's like,
boat is helmet. Boat to protect people.
Yeah, and then you see Abdul Carter just diving off.
Off the bat.
I'm blanking on the other DN.
Brian Burns
cannonballing off that. I'm not doing that. Hell no.
Jackson Dart's up there with Scat, like he's holding the throttle while Scat's driving the boat.
Jackson Dart's just, egging him on, like, you won't crash into the rock. Scat's like, oh, I will. And John Harbaugh is just kind of like off to the side, just like, what? Thank God I'm the highest paid coach in NFL history. Yeah,
I believe so.
Thank God I got that, because boy, this is a disaster.
I hope he got insurance with that contract.
He maybe we'll have to check out the details, but I think. Long story short, that Buffalo Bills parade could potentially go global.
I just want to,
in terms of its reach.
Would it not be? I feel like the city of Buffalo, they're still getting a victory if it was the Sabres, like they'd celebrate. But would that not be like disappointing to an extent? To be like the first,
I think for that city, it would still be exciting. It
still means something.
Aren't the Sabres though kind of, I think they like just made the playoffs, right, for the first time in a while.
They made it deep in the playoffs.
Okay, so I missed that over, not a puck.
I think they almost made the Stanley Cup this year. I think they were one.
Can't say I know that.
They made it to the second round. They made it to the second round. They lost the Canadiens 4-3.
Okay. Oh, it got a little deep there. But Buffalo, they would be breaking records. They would. Oh my goodness! Certainly running Home Depot's dry up across the border in Canada. For sure.
Honestly, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, Grant, go and buy Home Depot stock. Go and buy Home Depot stock.
Just to get ahead of it. Like if the Bills are leading in the fourth quarter of the AFC Championship game, which that alone might not happen ever again in Josh Allen's career.
Do you think
got to get on that early?
If the Bills win the Super Bowl, do you think that Josh Allen would dive through a table live on TV celebrating the win on the field?
He would dive through a flaming table if they won the Super Bowl 100%.
As part of the celebration, on the
table
field,
lit by Dion Dawkins, and he is jumping through that. 100%. And all of the volunteer Bills fans who are temporarily hired to shovel the stadium out of the stadium, they are like surrounding them in like a tribal circle.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic is also there.
Oh, yeah, honorary.
He's honorary there. Yeah.
We might even throw Jameis in, even though I know he's never been affiliated.
We'll never forget that Ryan Fitzpatrick, after he retired, he went to the Bills game in the snow, shirtless, pounding beers.
Legendary.
Absolutely legendary.
You completely forget about his Harvard past. You're like, Bill.
Oh yeah, no,
Buffalo Bill.
you do forget he went to Harvard.
Literally, like
Yeah.
maybe one of the most forgotten things of any player in the NFL recent memory. We just totally gloss over
Didn't
that.
Richard Sherman go to Stanford?
Yes, he did. And Jim Harbaugh hated him. He was recruited as a receiver, and Harbaugh was like, "You're playing DB, you can't catch." Turned out to be a pretty good suggestion by Jim, but it did not make Richard happy. did not
did
make
work
Richard
out.
happy.
It did work out long term.
It was a great suggestion. I mean, one of the most elite suggestions maybe in football history. I have no idea how good he was at Stanford. Zero clue.
I have no idea. He went late too. He was a late pick.
Yeah, he was certainly not a top pick.
Yeah.
But hey, turned out pretty well until Pete Carroll chose Russ over them. But all right, okay. I think it's going to do the pre-show. Got a jam-packed episode today, folks. Jam-packed. But all right, without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today's episode 389. An NBA free agency might have reeled me back in. Okay, the Giannis trade rumors are heating up. Got some suitors in the store. A lot of like fake trades flying around, but we'll dive into those a little bit. Also, Tarik Skubal rumors to the Dodgers. Those are also kind of heating up, or just in general, Tarik Skubal trade rumors. And then finally, last little thing that caught my eye this morning, Dusty May will be Cooper Flagg's head coach. He is leaving Michigan, joining the Dallas Mavericks. But yeah, I mean, NBA, they're like, we got to get our wins in right now. July 4th, that is the NBA's day. Most exciting time of the year in the NBA is free agency offseason. So shout out to them. And also, Trae Young got $210 million. So goodness me, the league's getting out of hand. When I first looked that up, I had to immediately go think of the Jalen Brunson contract, because in my mind, I thought that was like a 4-year, like 180.
Well, he also he personally took less money.
Well, this is it. I got it. 4 years, 156.5 million. So
he took less money so that the team could spend more on building around it.
Oh yeah. I mean, a valiant thing to do. And I would say, considering the championship, Jalen Brunson's now a legend for life in the city of New York. That might be paying off in the future, the money he left on the table. He might make that up and some with this win. So Jalen Brunson is a New York hero for pulling a Tom Brady, taking a contract under value. So shout Jalen Brunson. Trae Young, though, hey, if I was re-signing to the Wizard, you are super maxing me. You are maxing me out if I'm staying on the Wizards.
Is AD on the Wizards right now?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, you'd be super maxing.
Now, this is something I also heard. The Lakers are kind of trying their best right now to push LeBron out the team. And I'm hearing that they are trying to trade for Anthony Davis. But also, and this might really prevent LeBron from coming back, they're going after Isaiah Stewart, who like recently tried to fight LeBron on the court, like within the past year and a half, 2 years.
And so it was 2 years ago where he ran across the court to try and beat him.
Oh yeah, sprinting across full speed.
You know the video. You guys know the video.
We all know the video. Isaiah Stewart, he was running like Isaiah Pacheco. Okay, it was concerning. It was life-threatening, the speed that he picked up. But yeah, okay, lot of stuff happening. Nothing quite confirmed yet, exactly, with the trades at least. But all right, we want to start off with the NBA. Maybe touch into.
We're on that. We can start with it. Well,
start off with the NBA, the Giannis trade rumors. So Everett, I think the quote went something like this. He tweeted it out online, but Giannis said, "I want to stay in Milwaukee, but I do not want to play for the Bucks." And so immediate thought is he trying to change sports, go to the Brewers? What does he mean by that? Does he want to stay living in Milwaukee, but like go to the Bulls so he can commute there semi-reasonably? You know what? You know, obviously he's trying to like keep the fans happy. Is he going to go
play football for Green Bay? I mean, that's still a long commute, but you know, you could be in Milwaukee.
I'm not. For that. I don't know my Wisconsin geography like that, so I'm not sure how
far
close.
Away.
I would imagine it's not exactly right next to each other, but
no.
It would be very funny if he requested trade to the Bulls so he can stay in Milwaukee and then
Milwaukee.
commute.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes to show you how much like the team and ownership and just management has fallen off in the last couple of years for them. Um, I think it's going to
Yeah,
be interesting
post
'cause,
their ring, I think we were kind of under the impression Giannis was going to get another. I
yeah,
think
I
we
mean,
were kind of
we
feeling
did
that
think
when he won.
initially for sure.
Giannis, I think, is like 31 now. Bucks won in 22, so he was 27 when he won that. We probably thought he was getting at least one more over the next four. No, he did not. No, no, he did
Yeah,
not.
I
And
mean,
now
it
he's
doesn't help that
requesting.
other teams have risen up though in the conference,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I saw that little chart of the last, I think going back to 2018, the last NBA champ, and it's been a new team every
yeah,
single year.
it has, which is nice. Honestly, that is something that we haven't
It's
seen
refreshing.
frequently. I
At least in other sports, we're not seeing that right now.
Yeah, I will say the NBA is kind of weird in the stance where it's like low key you do like it when teams kind of repeat matchups, like the Celtics and
Oh,
Lakers when they kept matching
100%.
up, the Cavs and the
When it was
Warriors
just
when they kept
LeBron
matching up.
versus the Warriors every
Yeah,
year, that I mean,
like
that
you
those
did
finals had aura.
you did kind of be like, oh, dude, I'm ready for this. It's like UFC when you have a fucking all right, it's number three. They're going back at it again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's ultimately a good thing for the NBA finals having like repeat matchups. It's easy storylines to follow.
yeah.
It's just easy to get fans engaged. But yeah, I mean, ironically in basketball, which over time has been like one of the most dynasty dominant leagues,
Yeah.
at least compared to the other sports. Yeah, it's kind of refreshing seeing
Yeah.
a slight
I,
change. They're pulling an MLB right now, changing around.
I think the Giannis thing. So the draft is tomorrow night when we're recording this. Likely is maybe happen by the time this is up. But Giannis is going to be traded supposedly before the draft starts. And it's now, it used to be, the Wolves were in there. They've backed out. It is now the Celtics and the Miami Heat.
Yeah, so
Um,
I think Heat, that one just makes the most sense. Heat have a ton of like young assets that they could trade away, and
yeah.
salary cap wise, they can then go
Now,
acquire some free agents when that opens in a week.
I
And then I
do.
think the Heat have a pretty solid draft pick this year.
I think they do
Don't
too because
quote me on
they
that,
were
but
not very good this year.
I
But
think they have a pretty solid one. And
I
this is
I
the most talented class, maybe since that Luca Trae Young year.
yeah
So
I have seen though that reports that the Heat don't want to like gut their entire roster just to get Giannis, which like that is smart. Like just having one player is not going to make or break your team. We saw that when the Lakers got LeBron the first time, and then LeBron couldn't do anything because the rest of the roster was just so bad.
well, yes, yeah, no, they had to go trade all the. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, ironically, they actually did have to ship off all the young guys to go win.
yeah. But the other thing though with the Celtics that's interesting, I don't exactly remember if they were around the trade, around the deadline, but there have been strong reports saying that Jaylen Brown is a part of that trade package.
Oh, 100%. I think Tatum and Jaylen Brown, it's a ticking time bomb, them two,
Yeah.
and they're going to pick Jason Tatum.
And that is quite literally, Grant. If you had a 1-to-1 comparison, that is Pete Carroll picking Russ over the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, to a degree. To a
Yeah,
degree.
to a degree.
I think though, yeah, Celtics, they probably, it sounds about right
I
that
just
they're going to
also
break it
don't
up.
know how much Giannis would like being on that team with the chemistry. Like innately, it is like the best situation to probably go into.
Well, at least compared to the Heat, certainly
Yeah,
better. If he
yes,
wants to go get
yes.
another, certainly
Yeah,
better.
and I mean Jaylen Brown is obviously the best player that you could get from either of the two packages. Tyler Hero
100%.
is not that guy. In all respect to Jaime Jaquez, he is not either. But I think it's going to be interesting where that ends up going, and then out of that too, like the Wolves have reportedly been, linked to Derek White, and that could end up being a part of like a 3-team trade if Giannis goes to the Celtics.
Yeah, so it was in that Giannis either to the Heat or Celtics. I saw a four-teamer. Pistons and Lakers found their way into it, and that was how Isaiah Stewart got to the Lakers.
Oh, so that's where it came up. Okay,
I was like, all right, I feel like the NBA, they're the one league where they're like, screw it, let's get 6 teams in this one.
Fuck it. I mean, why don't we just do find 32, out a trade's
Grant? Going down? They're like, I want X role player on.
Is there another league where we've seen multi-team trades, or is it even
just how
legal?
Common it is? No, I don't really think we see it very frequently.
I don't even know if it's like legal in other leagues. It's certainly not in the NFL, I don't think.
Now, something that has heated up, we talked about a bit last episode with MLB, some draft changes. Something that I did not highlight was, in the new rules, teams would be allowed to trade MLB draft picks for the first time ever.
They haven't been able to do that before?
You've never been able to trade a pick. You can draft a player
and then trade it
and go trade him, but you were never allowed to trade picks, just prospects or players on your MLB
essentially,
roster.
It's similar because you're going to just call up the team that you want to trade for and be like, yo, I can't give you pick 33, but like, who do you want? And
in terms of that, but like, hey, we might be seeing teams give away like 2034.
Oh yeah, advanced picks, stuff like that.
Sure. That's going to be a whole new thing in trades that would honestly help break up the Dodgers.
You know what, Grant? We can get in the MLB now. Like, this is a good transition. Unless you have something to finish with the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, kind of already said, but I mean, Trae Young got $210 million, so anything is possible, children. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, Grant.
No, make them into reality. Speak it into existence, kids.
But into the MLB, I do think that's interesting capital-wise. We're going to see how things change with the lockout. And, we talked about this in the last episode with the potential shortening of drafts and also inserting drafts for international players. But if you're trading draft picks, like as of right now,
yeah, what's more valuable, the normal MLB draft first or the international?
That's a good question. That is really a good question. For different teams, it probably matters differently. Like
100%.
The Dodgers 100% would say, fuck them picks for the national draft. And they'll be like, I'm taking all of the international picks.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, though, it will be interesting if everything holds kind of as it is now, and you have teams who can trade picks, and like I said, everything else is the same. The MLB draft is so deep, and I feel like the majority of prospects come in mid to late rounds to begin with. Yeah, I'm going to give up my first round pick to go and
preferred over the picks.
I'm literally just going to go and say, I'll give you my 3 next first round picks to go get Tarik Skubal. Fuck yeah, I'll do that.
It's also the least certain league in terms of a top 10 pick in the MLB draft has the lowest odds of being successful in the majors compared to NFL, NBA draft.
I mean, it is by far the most difficult sport to play.
Oh, yeah, and it's just the hardest to project future outlook. It's arguably an impossible task. But I definitely still think prospects would carry more value, especially if there's some guy hitting well in AA or like AAA already. That guy will certainly have more value. But that does help balance out everything.
I do think so.
In picks. And that being in trades.
I also think, though, you're going to see teams like the Dodgers, just the teams that are already big spenders that have built up a decent farm program. They're just going to throw away their first round picks at the deadline. They're going to shoot in as incentives, and that's how they're going to continue getting players. And it helps because they might be like, oh, I don't have to give up River Ryan because I'm giving you a first or 2 first. Yeah, we could do
and
that.
Another thing, though, which is kind of overlooked, but like even going back to when the Oakland at the time, when the A's drafted Kyler Murray, I didn't quite realize this, but a big reason they picked Kyler, they were actually kind of hoping he went to the NFL. Apparently that year, the A's just did not have bonus money, which is another thing. There's still signing bonus money,
Yeah, you can
and
negotiate it.
the A's were like, it's a very interesting process, but if you cheap out in that first round pick, then rounds 2, 3, 4, you can get like the best available guys who are asking for like 3 mil signing bonuses. But if you take a Paul Skeens in that first round or like a Chase Burns, they're gonna ask for 9 million signing bonus, and you have a total of 12 million to spend. So do you want to blow 75% of your signing bonus money on that first? If you do, your rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, you're gonna have to cheap out and take some reaches there just to stay under your budget. But if there's teams that like love their round 2, 3, 4, 5 picks, they might, like even lower market teams, might be like, dude, ship out our first. We're not even going to sign the player anyway. Send him out. So I think it just adds a whole new element into how teams are like constructing that budget, because there's still going to be a signing bonus budget for both.
I do think that also might help a little bit with the salary cap slash floor question or issue, because you're gonna have teams spending in free agency, but like now being able to acquire picks is a whole new way to build a team, and that can be
it's just never been done in the MLB. So
yeah, so I do think that does provide negotiating power, honestly, to the player side when we come up here on this lockout.
Yeah, but the lockout's coming up with all that. Like, honestly, now considering the picks being traded, I think, okay, now we're adding some interest as well here, in terms of like getting trades a little bit more hyped up, or the draft in general. Like, imagine if a team just had back to back and they could just get the two most lit players. And I mean, it opens up the interest into the MLB draft if you're trading picks.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, overall, kind of forgetting my Dodgers fandom here, just in it. Okay, Manfred, you actually kind of got me interested here with that change. At first, just the shortening of it, no high school, have to go to college. At first, I was like, all right, what's going on? Then I found out about the picks being traded. I'm like, huh.
Well, I mean, that
changes the game.
I don't know if that changes how, we should be shortening things, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it definitely changes the game, though. It adds some elements into it, which I think would make it a little bit more fun to track. So
I would agree with that. I would agree with that overall.
Yeah, but I would say right now the other big thing in the MLB people are talking about are the Tarik Skubal trade rumors going around. According to Tarik Skubal, I believe him or his agent Boris said, Tigers better start winning or I'm gone, essentially, to keep it short. He pretty much said that we either start winning or trade me. And unlike the Angels, who just announced they will not be trading any of their top players, they're just going to keep them for another 2 years, get 70 wins again, and then just watch them leave in free agency. So, I'm not blaming the Tigers at all here. They're quite under 500, and it's the right thing to do for your organization. Trade this guy off at the deadline. That's kind of what the MLB has been famous for a while now, how active the deadline is. But this year, there are a lot of teams like kind of in that hunt to make the playoffs. So there's not that many teams selling, and that kind of drives up Skubal's price. And the thing is that the Dodgers certainly have the most capital to buy him, and then also not really even notice that it's gone if they do pull off the trade.
Yes, and I'm sure you're going to get into the hypothetical trade.
I have a proposal.
I do think, and we'll touch back on this after you go through the proposal, but we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I think, how due to the likely situation where there's going to be a cap ceiling floor, the Lakers obviously are going to be above
Dodgers.
Yes, the Dodgers, Jesus. Are going to be above that value, and how they go into the deadline acquisition period could be influenced by that, because if they don't have, if they're going to be above this and not going to be able to keep certain players because of this, like I doubt they're going to get grandfathered in, right? Like that's just not going to work.
Like for them to just keep their players, you mean?
Yeah, like it's not like if you have a
Oh hell
certain
no! The whole
roster
reason this
value right now.
lockout's
Yeah,
happening is to
right.
blow this
Exactly.
thing
So it's
up.
not like they're
So
going to be like,
they're
if you have this
losing
value
guys.
now, you can keep it. They're going to make them give away a player. And it's just like, if you're, it's two sides of the coin, right? It's like, okay, we could go all in again this year and just fuck it. Like we're just, it's going to be, messed up after this year anyway. So we might as well just do it. Or they're going to be like, okay, we're not going to go and trade away prospects we're going to need because their salaries are lower to go and get this one guy.
Yeah, yeah. There's
right?
two
So
sides. Two sides here.
That's going to be what's interesting going into what you're about to say is this potential trade for Tarik Skubal from the Dodgers.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking right now, with an incoming lockout next year, which is happening, and I have no idea if this is just going to take off like 60 games of the year. They may cancel the entire season, which I'm pretty sure the MLB did in 1996. I'm pretty sure they just axed the entire season.
I thought they had
from the lockout that year.
I thought they had replacement players.
Well, I'm just like let me look up MLB lockout. Okay, 1994 to 1995 Major League Baseball strike. They did not play for 200. It took 232 days to come to a conclusion there. But I'm pretty sure there was just no championship that year. I think so.
They might not have had a championship, but I think they had replacement players. They were just horrible.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I'm trying to figure that. Oh, yeah, the 1994 MLB season. The lockout began on August 11th, 1994, and they just did not have a World Series that year.
So they just, yeah, okay.
I mean, that's ridiculous that they just did not have one. Yeah, it says scheduled 162, actual teams played anywhere from 112 to 117 games. There were, yeah,
honestly, that's still
no World Series.
It's still kind of good though for having a lockout season.
Yeah, pretty good. But that also carried into the next year, where
Yes.
they also missed games. Start of the next season.
Yes.
So yeah, the MLB, especially with how much it's grown in popularity recently, surprisingly enough, right now the MLB is like gained popularity on the NBA. And I think it'd be a big mistake if they let it drag out. It's certainly we're certainly missing games.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, a lot of people are under the impression we're not going to have a season. So, anything better than that is a win.
I'm just keeping that in mind. Like maybe that does happen. And, if that's the case, or just with the impending lockout, I think Dodgers, in their mind, they're like, we're going to go all in right now. And the other thing that I'm thinking of is right now, some of our older players on those mega contracts, they are this season already showing some decline. I know Mookie's been hot a little recently, but you look at his numbers and then you look at his bat speed and you're like, oh, he's quite literally never getting it back. I mean, he's never.
And would you like to remind everybody how many more years he's under contract for?
It might be like 7, 8. Yeah. I think it's 7 because I think it's 13 years.
Do you think there's a time where the Dodgers are just like, Mookie, can you just do a solid? Can you just retire? We'll give you a job. Like you'll be good, but can you just retire, please?
Would they still owe him that? I have no idea.
I don't know how the CBA works, like the NFL. Like I don't know if it accelerates or if there's guarantees or anything like that. Because Bobby Vanilla still owed money. Bobby Vanilla still owed money, but that's because he deferred it.
Yeah,
so
and I'm not sure
money
if
that he would have
retired. So
yeah, I think that when you retire, it's just off the books. I think it's just waived.
I think it might be different in the MLB though, but I'm thinking what lineman just retired?
Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, like that was just like voided. But once again, not a fully guaranteed contract, so that could also be involved. I'm not sure. I really don't know how it works, but because they're already seeing declining guys, I think the Dodgers also, and hey, it's going to be considered an asterisk ring next year. So if you want a true dynasty that nobody can take away from you, It's 3 and 4 years, so this is the only
This is
we got to
it.
go back to
I
back to
mean,
back.
like, Grant, if Detroit asked you for River Ryven and Gavin Stone, Dalton Rushing, and like I don't know what another guy would be, but would you do all of that for Skubal for the year?
I think yes. So this is what I'm looking at right now. What I'm thinking. So first, it has to be one of the outfield prospects. Dodgers have 7 outfielders ranked in the top 100 MLB prospects right now, which even if we keep them all, we can't play them all. So we have 7. And in this, I think they'll trade at least 1. But if they traded 2, Everett's completely fine.
I mean, Zaire Hope is probably the number one.
That's the number one guy, and the Dodgers are going to try to keep him. But I would say right now, DePaula available. James Tibbs, he's kind of like the most recent guy. Well, no, we got one more that I'll say that's most recent, but Tibbs, I think he's a bit older, but he has like a 975 OPS in AAA.
Dude, if he's
right
older,
now.
that's exactly what the Dodgers want to fucking give away.
Well, exactly. But the 2 younger guys, DePaula's in there, but the 2 young guys, which I would like to hold, but I would let them go, is Mike Sirota and Charles Davallan. Let those guys go. And I'm fine letting 2 of them go, honestly. If it's 2, DePaula's staying. But if it's just 1 and it has to be DePaula, so be it. It's DePaula. That's okay. But I think certainly what the Dodgers are going to start off with, get Ryan Ward on there. Ryan Ward is 28 years old. He has like an 875 OPS in the majors this year.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
as long as Freddie
playing.
Freeman is on the team, and he hasn't really declined yet, but as long as Freddie's there, Ryan Ward, he's kind of getting Michael Bushed right now.
Yeah.
And because he's 28, I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to like have value out of him. So send off Ward. And also the Tigers would be very interested in Ward. Like they want not just all prospects, but they want a combination of MLB guys with prospects. They don't just want they want some proven guys, and Ryan Ward.
Yeah.
He's like kind of perfect for this trade, unfortunately. But yeah, so Ryan Ward, 1 or 2 of those outfield prospects, and then because it's Skubal, you're gonna have to give up a pitcher. You're gonna have to, and I think the Dodgers actually want to give up River Ryan because he's 27 years old. And so, like, I think Dodgers would rather keep Stone. I also don't think the Tigers would want Stone. Do
you think they asked for like a Sheehan type guy?
Sheehan.
I'm not
fourth. Get him in that shit too for us, honestly. So I don't need to keep watching him make.
I do also think starts. Though if Roki had actually kind of played a little bit more up to expectations,
he's just not for sale. They can't.
I think if he had played a little bit more up to expectations, that would immediately have been their first ask. But because he's been so
I don't think
awful overall, they wouldn't ask for him. Like he's kind of made himself untouchable in a negative way.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's unwanted around the league. So, I don't think Roki would be getting asked, but I'm fine giving up River Ryan here.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because he's 27.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I think he's older than Gavin Stone.
Yes, I think Gavin Stone's like 25.
Now, Sheehan, I would let him go off on his merry way. If there was an active pitch that they asked for that, I'd be like, are you sure? What? Who even is this guy, Robleski? If they ask for Robleski, I think Brandon Gomes is playing dumb. Like, who? Wait, who is that?
Yeah, you don't want him.
They're like Justin Robleski with a 3.1 ERA. Brandon Gomes, like, who? Who are you talking? I have no idea who you're talking about. That would hurt if Robleski had to go. That would hurt. Yeah. That would hurt. So that's kind of the one guy, active player, I'd want to keep. Don't let him go. Active
non-starting pitcher, because I don't think you would want to. I mean, like you'd probably get rid of God, what's his elbow Glasnow. Jeez, that was like the Wikipedia like connect the words.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll just be honest. Another reason why I think it's fine giving up Glasnow. First, you're replacing him with Skubal.
Yes.
So like
that's my point.
You're not leaving a hole in the rotation, but like also assuming that the salary cap is going to come in, the first name's on the block, Glasnow. Diaz. Maybe they keep Tanner Scott around, but like Glass now gone. Diaz gone.
I will just not to like deter us and you're like take us off path, but I do think one thing they'll do when they put in this cap is they're going to not penalize. There's not going to be a penalty for cutting the players to below cap. Like right now, you have a contract penalty, like accelerating contract.
Yeah, they're going to have to help.
They're not going to. They're not going to make that.
And I mean, not even for us, but for the Mets. I mean, God, they have to make a lot of cuts.
Wow. Yeah, but great. Back to the trade. So we're looking at River Ryan. We're looking at DePaula, maybe
either DePaula or two of the outfield prospects, and then Ryan Ward.
So you're thinking,
and I think that alone is already the best offer any team in the MLB.
I mean, Grant, if you can do that. Fuck yeah, take that trade. Like, there's absolutely no reason to do that.
%.
But if they come in and they're like Zaire Hope, Gavin Stone, and we want Hae-Sung Kim as like the throw in. You're just like, why the fuck do you want Hae-Sung? But like,
yeah, I mean, like it's pretty much Hope and then Eduardo Quintero, where I'm like, if I'm Brandon Gomes, like, who are you talking about? Like, who are those guys? Like. I don't think.
Yeah, I think those like it's Skubal. They're gonna ask for the top guys because that's 100%. Why the fuck would they not?
Yeah,
but if I'm the Dodgers, that's the line where I'm like, look, we do have this impending lockout. I'm not gonna give you the golden goose, the golden egg of our future when we know we're gonna
we'll still help you out. Don't get us wrong. We're still giving.
Yeah, exactly. You're still gonna get stuff. You're still gonna get good players, but like. If that's the asking price and they are not budging and it is that or bust, Grant, you're saying no. You're saying no.
Yeah. So right now, what I was bringing up, DePaula on MLB.com, he's currently the number 1 prospect, but when they're going to do their update, I think he'll probably be like the number 4 or 5 prospect in our org. James Tibbs right now, he's at 10. Mike Sirota, he's a bit lower. Sirota, never mind. Sirota's 4th on the prospect list, and I think that might be going up after these updates. And then Davilan's 7 on the list. So, like, a lot of these guys are ranked very highly, and those are just Dodger internal rankings. On MLB league-wide rankings, DePaula's currently 8. He's going to drop, but currently listed as 8th. Hope 17. That's the one that I'm like, hell no. Don't even bring up his name. Eduardo Quintero, another guy that I'm like, who? Who is that? Who are you talking about? He's 35 right now. I'm probably going to rise, but Sirota at 39. Emil Morales, that's an infielder. I don't think Dodgers going to try to trade him, but River Ryan's down at 76. Davilan 93, but I'm pretty sure Davilan and Tibbs are about to jump into this top 100 pretty soon here. So, like, I'm fine giving up some of them. You're going to have to. And, like, once again, we have 7. So, I mean, you might as well.
It's not like none of them are getting called up very soon. Like, the outfield is, I mean, the outfield's set right now.
Set in right now. Pages is Pages doesn't hit free agency until 2031. He's on ransom.
Yeah,
right
he's. I mean, barring anything bad, like his batting is better, but barring his batting like collapses in the future, and he's just quite literally unplayable.
Well, I mean, the good thing is he's like an elite top 3, top 5 center fielder in the MLB at literally field.
I mean, Grant, right now. So Kyle Tucker just got hurt in this game right now versus the Twins as we're talking.
Yeah,
so, like,
I mean, he's also.
Yeah, but like, so like, yeah, there are potential spots because of injury, like Kyle Tucker, Teo is hurt right now, right? So, like you'll come up for injury, but it's not like you're staying. Playoffs comes around,
you're not getting consistent ABs, and that's kind of tough. Like you're arguably better off staying in AAA, hitting there than coming up and you play like twice a week.
Yeah, and Dalton also just got hurt, but
and also Edmonds back. He could play a little outfield too.
Yes, Yeah, he is a little bit more Swiss Army. I'm sure you could put. I mean, do you think like Freeland would be able to play outline? I mean, Alex Call can play outfield too. So
Yeah, I mean, Call's been pretty nice this year.
yeah.
I do think Freeland. I think Dodgers are trying to keep a hold of Freeland just because
Oh no,
switch hitting.
for sure. I'm
He
not
could
saying I'm
play.
not saying that they're trying to get
Okay,
rid of him, but
yeah,
I'm saying like if he's a guy that like if you had a hole in the outfield, you might play him out there before you
yeah.
call
I
a
mean,
guy
he
up.
could play every infield spot except first, but he could play second, short, and third. They might be trying him out at like some of the corner outfield spots.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably athletic enough to do it.
I could see them doing that instead of calling a guy up. Like
Or Ryan Ward, he's
he's been
primarily
playing
a first
outfield.
baseman,
He's
but
been
he could
playing
play
outfield.
corner
Yeah,
outfield too. So
yeah. He's got some time in there.
yeah, I mean, right now
Yeah.
the Dodgers though they casually have the best record in the MLB, and it seems like they don't even have the God Squad assembled. But I mean, we've been over this for years now. Like Glass now, Snell. I hope they're on vacation right now, like the Bahamas. Like, dude, don't
Oh,
even
you know,
think about
yeah,
baseball till mid
Glasnow
August.
is currently not allowed to touch a baseball
No, yeah, I
for a
mean,
month.
dude, go take a break.
Don't
Like,
he's not even allowed to look at like pictures of baseballs, like nothing.
I don't even want him to like practice a throwing motion because shit, he's a ticking time bomb at any
You're
given
not even
moment.
allowed to like do it like you know how you can shadow throw a ball, like you're just like kind of fucking around, like you do that with a golf swing.
Certainly not doing any weighted balls
No, you're
exercise.
not even
Hell
allowed to like
no.
flick your wrist to like try and practice nothing,
No.
nothing.
Do some yoga or some pie legs, man. Like let's get ourselves loose. All right. That's
Yeah.
what you should be working on.
Maybe like drink some more milk. Like let's get the bone density up a little bit
Well, I mean, it's like back for him just because he's so tall. And I don't know the solution to
to
strengthening
that.
back at like
You
age
need to have
32.
like the medieval torture device that like stretches your body out.
Like the giant log thing.
Yeah, that you
You mean?
crank and like it pulls you up.
Yeah, I would say start throwing some javelin like Yamamoto, but like that's a torn oblique. So no, we're not
Dude,
doing that.
Yama,
He also could like impale someone if he threw javelin. Oh my god, that would be straight out of Gladiator if he did that.
certainly do not let Gratterall around that if he ever comes back.
Yeah, I mean with him, dude,
I forgot he was
I
on the team.
literally have he was not here for the championship dubs. Like, dude, what's going on? He's just
Yeah.
been gone.
The last time I think I ever saw him or heard of him was when we saw him chuck that ball into the
Literally,
second deck.
that's like the last time he's been relevant in my life as a Dodgers fan. It's like, dude, I think he may have actually got some World Series innings 2024. Actually, now that I think
He might have had a
against the
couple, but I think he
Yankees.
got hurt.
Yeah, I think he got a couple, but my goodness, yeah, some disasters over there certainly.
Okay, Grant. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. I do think that's a good shout. Seeing, I think if that's the prospects that are on, the potential trade for Skubal, it makes sense. Like we said, there's limit to that. But Grant, I got an NFL thing, and then if we want to talk any World Cup, we can. But I'll say this for the NFL bit here, and this is kind of short. There's not much news going around, but Grant, I have a list of the top 10 highest paid non quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mm.
Okay. Now, on this list, this makes me question some things in the way that contracts have been structured, especially amongst younger players, and you'll get what I'm saying here in a second. But Grant, this is not APY. I think this is
Just total contract value.
yeah, maybe it's contract. No, well, it's also
Well, if it's in the hundred
contract
millions,
value.
it's certainly total, and if
It's
like
not total
40 to
value.
50,
It's not total value.
if it's like 40 to 50, it's APY.
Yeah, I gotta double check here, but generally speaking, this does have a community note on it, so I'm not going to take everything with I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But just this ranking and whether or not it's totally accurate, I don't think it's accurate. But Um, Generally, you'll get the idea. Okay. One is Charles Cross. Two is Micah Parsons. Three is David Bailey. Four is Miles Garrett. Five is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Six is Jalen Phillips. Seven, Jeremiah Love. Eight, Jeffrey Simmons. Nine, Chris Jones. 10, Drake London. Now,
Do this have guarantees?
I think it's probably guarantees or something. That's what it seems like because there's not
Can you
proper
just send me this
information.
on wherever
It's from this list is from Bussin' with the Boys. They got it off Spotrac, but it sounds like it's guarantees. But the thing is that I kind of wanted to point out with this, and it still works. Is Grant the guarantees that these rookie contracts are getting are kind of crazy in the grand scheme of everything. They are getting some guarantees that put them in the the top five picks. I mean, they're in the top picks, but it's putting them up with some of the best players in the NFL. And I do think that it's kind of crazy.
I'll say this right now, just looking, first community note, this graphic does not match Spotrac contract data, so that's one. It says Charles Cross extension averages 26.1 mil a year.
Yeah, that's APY. Those are APYs. That's why I'm curious if it's guarantees.
I don't know. I'll just Google this right now.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking here. Because this says Micah Parsons is 40.8 and this is 46.5. But Grant, I'm just gonna go through the guarantees, okay? And I'm gonna scroll down to where the first. I'm on Spotrac now. I'm scrolling down to where this first rookie from this year's draft is, okay? And I want to talk about where around the other players he is and what those players are.
Yeah, because when I first saw this, I was like, "How is?"
I'm like, that doesn't look right. That does not look correct.
Yes, something's not adding up here with this. Like David Bailey, there's just 0% chance of the third highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. There's 0% chance.
Yeah, no, really unlikely. Let's go to but these players are getting money at a rate that it's just exponentially growing. And it's like David Bailey right now, Grant, is getting more money than a decent amount of well-known NFL players.
Yeah, no, this one's got to be. I'm just going off of total guarantees right now in the NFL. The highest fully guaranteed money non-quarterback is Aiden Hutchinson, 140.
So the focus of this though is for rookies. Like I wanted to talk about the rookies. I have David Bailey. Okay, we're gonna ignore Fernando Mendoza's contract just for the general bit of this. David Bailey, Grant, is making more money guaranteed at signing than Trent McDuffie, Derek Stingley, Kyle Hamilton, Quinnen Williams, Milton Williams, Jonathan Grenard, Nnamdi Madubuike, J.C. Horn, Abdul Carter, Antoine Winfield, Denzel Ward, DeForest Buckner, Jalen Johnson, like a lot of guys who just signed big contract extensions. And I know rookie contracts are guaranteed. Like the first round, they're guaranteed now. But it is kind of crazy. Like I feel like the rookie scale has been growing faster than actual contracts have been in the NFL. And like, even though we're seeing so many players getting paid so much more money, I do feel like it is exponentially growing faster than
at least for
some positions.
Like even year one, that still counts to the salary cap, right?
Like, yeah, like Grant, like,
or like could you go over it with the rookie picks?
No, it goes on the cap. But like total guarantees at signing, Grant, Carnell Tate is above AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Brandon Ayuk, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Jamison Williams, T. Higgins, George Pickens, but like that's that's a franchise tag, so that doesn't really count. But like the rookie contracts are guaranteed, but they are just like innately. It's interesting because they're amongst like the top 10 wide receivers immediately
You
in
might be like
guaranteed.
looking at remaining for some of
No,
those
it's guaranteed.
guys
That's for those guys on that picture.
because I'm just looking at
Yeah,
total guaranteed. Uh, the
yeah.
the first
I'm just
rookie,
looking guaranteed at signing, which it's different because I think the entire contract value is guaranteed basic like by base, but it's just interesting to me because it seems like the scale is putting them automatically in like a top spot like by guarantees. They're putting them in like a top 5 to 10
yeah, okay.
spot.
Like here, we got guaranteed at signing down here. Yeah, Carnell Tate's over AJ Business. Uh, yeah, okay, this is actually good. Cam Ward, he was the first pick 2 years ago. He's at
Mm-hmm.
48.8. The first
Mm-hmm.
pick this year, where is there was something in the where is he? Where
He's
is he?
lower. His
Can I
guarantees
find
are
him?
lower.
I'm not sure how that one worked
I'm
out.
I'm a little confused. His guarantees are pretty good.
Where's he?
He's pretty far
I don't
down.
even see him on this list. I'm not gonna lie. I like cannot find him.
I can't. I can't either.
I mean I
It's because
got
he's not. It's because he's not on the list.
or like has he not signed it yet?
Oh, he might not be signed.
Some of the guys may have not signed it yet.
Yeah,
That could also
that
be
might be it.
factored
But like
into
that's
this.
that's the interesting thing because they have negotiating power, and you're looking at this, Grant. Like Cam Ward right now is above Malik Willis's new contract, above Baker Mayfield, obviously Caleb because that's still a rookie contract. Bryce Young too, and Jaden Daniels, but Sam Darnold. Uh, and then most of these are all rookie. There's a substantial amount of players on rookie contracts right now, but they have negotiating power, and it's just interesting because a lot of that is like that's how it's accelerating. Like the rookies are being put on a wage, on a guaranteed scale that kind of outdoes some of the best players getting massive contracts.
Yeah, and I mean also there's no one to blame except Deshaun. Well, not Deshaun Watson, real life Jonah Hill. There's no one else to blame besides him for
Yeah,
creating this animal, giving the fact Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed at signing.
fully guaranteed at signing.
I mean, how could he care about football anymore after that? How
It
could
is
he?
so funny how immediately like he fell off a cliff. Like the dude had
Well, had
extra
some
stuff
things
going on, but
that
like
contributed, but
there were extra things going on, but he was a good player
I was talking to
on the
some.
Texans.
He
Like
was amazing on the Texans. Not just good. He was amazing on the Texans. All right, let's not get it twisted. I know the Browns have left the worst possible taste in everyone's mouths about the situation. No pun intended. But Deshaun Watson was excellent on the tech. He was excellent.
I don't know what happened in that 1 year off that well, I do know what happened,
Well,
but
we do.
I don't know what happened regarding football, specifically football ability.
Just took a year off, and that
in the
slows you up.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know his Achilles or so he's been tearing shit, so it is not technically all his fault. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, I mean Deshaun's last year in Houston, I know they went 4-12, but 70.2% completion percentage, 4,800 passing yards. He averaged 300 a game.
And that's with
touchdowns,
post D Hop's departure, right? Isn't D Hop gone at that point?
8.9 yards per attempt, led the league in yards per attempt. I mean, he was elite. He was lights out. He was crazy.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah. I don't know. Just an interesting exercise looking at the way that rookie contracts have kind of progressed over the past couple of years compared to these massive contracts we're seeing. Even though the base this average salary and the value isn't on the same par, it is interesting how the guarantees are very much up there. But I mean, is there anything you want to wrap up with here, Grant? World Cup related or?
World Cup's chugging along. U.S. already clinched the 1 seed in the group, so
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this Turkey game on Thursday was
That was
about to
going to
be a
matter.
very big one. No, it like, hey, I mean, I'm just saying, like, they might be calling up some legends. All right, they might get Landon in this squad, get Tim Howard in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we might, you know, put up a meme team because right now the thing that concerns me going in is they got like 5 really key players on a yellow card, and in the World Cup, if you get 2 yellow cards just in the World Cup, yeah, that's a red. You're suspended the next game. So we have multiple guys on their yellows right now. The first round matchups looking to be pretty easy.
Does it clear after each round, or is it's hold? It holds.
It holds. So like getting a yellow card is very
I'll be honest,
important.
they at the end of the Australian game, maybe they should have just
No, that's
everybody
what I was thinking.
red.
Like at the end of it, I was literally considering. I'm like, whoa, are they like, yo, Tyler Adams, kill Ryan Williams, him, like go, Brian Urlacher, him, like no holds barred. That's my concern. Like, but also because the opening matchups looking to be pretty easy.
Is it Bosnia right now?
I think, and I wonder if a couple of the key defenders, they're like, get a yellow against Turkey. Let's get this out of the way. We need you back for the round of 16. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself there because it's like,
it is the United States of soccer
in the opening round. Then it's like it was literally all for nothing, and I don't want to like big brain it here, but those yellow cards are in the back of my mind right now. Oh shit, they got to manage those.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a problem. Hashtag problem.
Yeah, and I mean, like those guys have also been obviously the biggest reason why the U.S. has been so good. This year and have been on the rise. So like, and this is also the problem. We've never been in this position. Like we don't like.
So we kind of don't know. People really, like act like you've been there before. We literally haven't. So it's it's quite an interesting.
Yeah, topic. No, I
same thing with the coach. He's like a great club coach, but it's a lot of coaches' first World Cup. So it's not just him, but it's a learning experience for everyone.
I mean, if he keeps up this pace, Grant, I think the entire United States is going to be wearing like the Hawaiian oversized sleeves rolled up shirt.
Oh, I mean, dude's got style. No other way to put it.
Is he a Spain? Where is he from? Spain?
Argentina.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense.
But he's sick though. He's a lit coach.
Yeah. He has more wins in this world. This is also really sad. More wins in this World Cup.
It is the only time Team USA has ever won back-to-back games in the World Cup since 1930 when they came in third. But we're not counting 1930. We're not. Who cares? All right.
No,
who cares?
We do not count.
But it's the first time they've won back-to-back games. I mean, the bar is quite literally so low, and he already passed it. But
it was so low that we drew with England last World Cup, and we did victory laps.
I mean, we drew the shit out of them, Everett. Don't
I do know. I do know.
We drew.
I do.
Not all draws are created equal.
They are not. They are not. And I don't think we're getting a rematch on the 4th of July, Grant. But goddamn, what a day that would be if England played the United States on the 250th anniversary on July 4th.
It would be poetic. It'd be poetic.
There's no way in the world the U.S. can lose, and if
if we just drew them again, it'd be so funny. I know someone has to win in the knockout, but they were just like, screw it, draw.
If the U.S. did lose, and that was the case, though, I don't know. We would never ever hear the end. I don't think we're allowed to play soccer. We would have to change the name of football to something not football.
Change things. Some would have to change. Some major radical changes would have to come into place about that sport in this country. I mean, I'm just thinking of a scenario where if they just got like BTA'd, we might need to ban it in the country.
Any soccer balls brought into the country are immediately taken by TSA.
Popped. Yeah, just like what they're doing with the Europeans and ranch, just gone. Been it.
That is honestly
That's one of the best developments out of this World
Yeah.
Cup. They found ranch, and they were like, "Whoa!"
I saw a
guys.
picture the other day, AI generated, but it was like Pablo Escobar with a fuck ton of ranch in like his like plane trying, bringing it across the border. Like, don't worry, I got you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be experience. But no, this World Cup, without doubt, like I didn't know this, but the MLS was only created because of the success of either the 94, 92, whenever the US hosted the World Cup last, the MLS was only created because of the success of that tournament. And so
Yeah,
they're not going to start MLS too, but like who knows what the financial investment is. Maybe it's like in the youth leagues or something. I don't know what it's going to be, but
I mean, there will be something.
If you want the US to like compete on the world stage, I think the biggest issue is those youth academy. Like if you look at the teams right now, players that are doing very well, pretty much all of them except Pulisic, like they were in an Arsenal youth academy.
Yeah, they were not. They were not in the United States.
But like it's so important to like if you want to be at your peak at like age 26 in soccer, which is arguably like slightly washed, like 24 might be the 27 of soccer in terms of your prime.
Yeah.
But like if you want to hit your prime at 24, you've been kicking that little bugger around since you're 3, like at an official club.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen the pictures of Messi holding Lamine Yamal when Lamine was no bullshit Everett, like 8 months old? How did Barcelona know he was? Dude can't even walk. How do you know he's gonna like? I sit there. I'm like,
still it at birth.
How is this not Photoshopped? Like
they are in the hospital, Grant. They're going through. They have a sense.
Like genuinely, like
they have a sense.
How did they know? What happened there? What
you're just seeing which one you're like
travels?
Like you bring around a tiny little football to every like one of the baby like carriers. You're like which one
Avatar, the last Airbender,
which one can kick the ball?
The Avatar.
Yeah. You're saying which one kicks it.
I genuinely don't know, but hey, maybe that's. Maybe that's what we as a country got to look into. How to scout kids out the womb.
I don't know.
Shit, Barcelona can.
Yeah, the problem is, Grant, we're using that on NFL talent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if we see a big boy, we're getting that hand in the dirt, son. We're getting that hand in the dirt, all right? O-line coaches are frothing at the mouth over a big
goodness.
Like, oh, whoa, I could work with that base.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Grant. All right, we're going to wrap up here. So thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TW, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett Stakes and at Waterboy Grant. Customer says every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications to miss a single episode. We post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything else. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.